The next one we're going to cover is called a sketch-driven pattern. Now this sort of throws Ernie and Bert's philosophy of patterns out the window, because this is not predictable. When Ernie and Bert were singing their song, they were saying, guess what's next? Well, lots of times you don't want something that is predictable. You might want something that's a little bit more random in design. And a sketch-driven pattern is a good way of doing that. The other one that's good is, well, we'll get to it in a minute, is called a table-driven. I thought it was next, but it's not. I'll get to that one in a minute. So let's do the sketch-driven. So let me open up another model here for sketch-driven pattern. And here we go. We've got our elephant. First thing you need to do is give it an input for sketch-driven. And we're not going to give it an edge. We're not going to give it an axis. What we need to give it is a sketch. So I'm going to choose my surface and start a sketch. And it's very similar to the whole wizard. We're just going to go get our point tool, and every single place you place a point is where you get an instance. Now, of course, if you were doing this in real life, you would want to fully define this, put your dimensions in. You can use different types of reference geometry. So if you wanted to put in a horizontal line here and tell that to be vertical, and then tell that to be a construction line, you could do that. You can have all kinds of construction geometry in the sketch. All it cares about is where there are points. So we'll pretend this is fully defined and accept it. And now I'm going to go tell it I want to do a sketch-driven pattern. The input I give it is the sketch. So there's the sketch. And then what do you want to pattern? Well, I want to pattern my elephant. So there's cut extrude 1. Like so. And I could tell it to pattern. By default, it will be on the centroid. What that means is it figures out where the center of that particular body is, or where it considers the centroid of that particular mass, and that's where it places the elephant. Although you can do a selected point as well, and if you do a selected point, it will let you choose a point anywhere on your first instance, and it will place it on that particular hole. Oh, I need to go in and show that sketch. It's thinking. Show my sketch. There we go. See all my points on my sketch? I can choose any of those points, and that's where it's going to place each instance. So if we wanted to place his trunk, we could choose his trunk, and that's where it's going to snap to. Maybe we could choose his tail, and that's where it's going to snap to. So by doing the selected point, it gives you a little bit more control. All right. So let me close that one out.